Luka Doncic is a Larry Bird type player.
You're going to look up in 15 years with Luka Doncic, and he's going to be a top 7 scorer in league history.
All the hype about Luka, he's the best version of what you could have hoped for. He's a franchise player. I love watching him play, too.
Did you know that there was a 16-year-old who became the youngest player ever to debut for Real Madrid's senior basketball team? But what's more shocking, he wasn't just there to warm the bench. He dominated grown men in one of the toughest leagues outside the NBA.
So I'm looking at this kid, Luka Doncic. I mean, coach, this dude looks special, man.
Fans and scouts whispered about a European prodigy who played with a veteran's mind and a star's swagger. From the start, Luka Doncic was something entirely different. He's a once-in-a-generation talent rewriting what it means to be a playmaker and an all-time great, a Rookie of the Year, multiple-time All-NBA selection, and the previous face of the Dallas Mavericks and now the Los Angeles Lakers franchise. He has redefined what young guards can do. His step-backs are lethal, his vision is surgical, and his confidence is legendary. Few players have climbed so high so fast. Luka's journey didn't begin with bright lights and NBA contracts. Luka was born in 1999 in Ljubljana, Slovenia, into a household that breathed sports. His father, Sasha Doncic, played professional basketball at Union Olympia, where he averaged 2.8 points per game. After he decided to retire, he coached KD Ilirija for 7 years, while his mother, Miriam, supported Luka's growth and later managed his early career. From the moment he could walk, he played with a basketball, often shooting on a hoop half his size. When he was 7 years old, Luka started playing organized basketball at a primary school in Ljubljana, where his opponents were 10-year-olds. He admired the American basketball player LeBron James, now his teammate in Los Angeles, and the Greek basketball player Vasilis Spanoulis while growing up. After his father joined Union Olympija, Luka Doncic started practicing with the team at 8. Within 16 minutes of his first session, Luka was promoted to the 11-year-old group after coach Grega Brezovic saw his talent. Although he was only allowed to play for the under-12 team due to regulations, he soon began practicing frequently with the under-14 squad. Luka pleaded to attend every practice, even though he was too young to play in official under-14 matches. Olimpija placed second at the 2011 Vasas Cup in Budapest, but Luka was named MVP. He won MVP once more, 2012, while playing for Real Madrid's under-14 squad in the Minicopa Endesa. He scored 54 points, pulled down 11 rebounds, and dished out 10 assists in an Olympia tournament final that same year. Luka Doncic, then 13 years old, signed a 5-year contract with Real Madrid, a Spanish powerhouse, in September 2012, and immediately established himself on the under-16 squad under coach Paco Redondo. Despite his talent, Luka faced constant skepticism about whether a European guard could ever dominate in the NBA. He was too slow, they said, too unathletic. Playing against older competition at Real Madrid from the age of 13 came with pressure, and he often battled homesickness and cultural isolation in Spain while trying to keep up academically and socially. Years later, that all changed during the 2017 to 2018 EuroLeague season, when at just 18 years old, Luka led Real Madrid to a EuroLeague championship. In Real Madrid's 94-88 victory over Moribund Andorra, on October 1st, Luka Doncic had a strong all-around game with 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. This marked the start of the 2017 to 2018 season. 11 days later, Doncic put on a spectacular display in his first EuroLeague match of the season, scoring a career-high 27 points to help Real Madrid defeat Anadolu Efes. Doncic finished with 20 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds as Real Madrid defeated the reigning EuroLeague champions, Fenerbahce, 79-77 on December 28th. He won ACB Player of the Round after scoring 24 points against Movistar Estudiantes 3 days later. Luka also became the youngest player to win December's ACB Player of the Month award. Doncic led in PIR and averaged 16 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 4.3 assists in 33 games, making him the youngest EuroLeague MVP. In addition, he became the third player to win back-to-back titles as a EuroLeague Rising Star. He also won both the EuroLeague MVPs and Final Four MVP, a feat that had never been accomplished by someone his age. Suddenly, NBA teams had no choice but to take him seriously. Luka wasn't a prospect anymore. Scouts started traveling across the Atlantic just to catch a glimpse of Luka in person. Analysts compared his basketball IQ to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. The basketball world knew his name, but they still wondered, could he survive in the NBA? In 2018, Luka left Real Madrid and entered the NBA draft and was picked 3rd overall by the Atlanta Hawks, then immediately traded to the Dallas Mavericks for Trae Young and a future first-round pick. Many questioned whether the Mavs had made a smart move. Luka once admitted that after his first practice in the NBA, he cried from exhaustion. He didn't expect the conditioning to be that intense. But as soon as Luka stepped onto an NBA court, he answered that question emphatically. He belonged. Luka's rookie season was one for the books. In a 121-100 loss to the Phoenix Suns on October 17, 2018, Doncic made his regular season debut with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. 3 days later, he became the youngest player in franchise history to score 20 points in a game, scoring 26 points and pulling down 6 rebounds in a 140-136 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. He averaged over 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, dazzling fans with his passing, creativity, and poise. He made clutch shots, ran the offense like a seasoned vet, and quickly became a fan favorite in Dallas. By the end of the year, he was named Rookie of the Year. What makes Luka's game special isn't just his stats, but how he plays. He controls the pace like a symphony conductor, manipulating defenders with hesitation moves, no-look passes, and that iconic step-back three. His style is a mix of European fundamentals and American swagger. In just his second season, Luka dropped a 42-point triple-double in a playoff game against the Clippers, including a game-winning buzzer beater in overtime. That shot, dribbling right, stepping back to his left, fading, and launching, became an instant NBA classic. It was the kind of moment that announces a player to the world. Luka was no longer just a rising star. He was a force of nature. Joining Wilt Chamberlain, Doncic became just the second player in NBA history to record at least 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists in a single game. He became the first player since Tim Duncan in 1998 to 1999 to be selected to the All-NBA First Team in his first or second season on September 16th. Luka also became the second youngest player ever to be in the top 5 and finish 4th in the MVP voting. In the 2019 playoffs, despite only being 20 years old, Doncic led the Mavericks with a near triple-double in his playoff debut, demonstrating his capacity to perform well under duress. But Luka's early success also came with scrutiny. Critics targeted his conditioning, tendency to complain to referees, and sometimes fiery demeanor. Teammates had to adjust to his ball-dominant style, and losses in the playoffs raised questions about his leadership. As good as he was, the pressure was only growing. Rather than crumble, Luka responded with work. He improved his shooting efficiency, leadership, and late-game decision-making. Every criticism became fuel. With every bounce-back performance, he silenced another doubter. In the summer of 2021, Luka signed the largest rookie extension in NBA history, worth $207 million over 5 years. On February 3rd, Luka was chosen as the 2022 NBA All-Star Game Reserve. 2 days later, he recorded his 44th career triple-double, surpassing Fat Lever for 10th place on the all-time list with 33 points, 13 rebounds, 15 assists, and 2 steals. By his third year, Luka wasn't just a star. He was the heartbeat of the Mavericks and one of the top faces in the league. He called the plays, set the tone, and was the guy everyone looked to in clutch moments. Veteran players deferred to him because he earned it. At just 22, he had become the unquestioned leader of the team. In December 2022, Luka posted one of the most absurd stat lines in NBA history: 60 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists in an overtime win. It wasn't just the numbers, it was how he willed the Mavericks back from a 9-point deficit with 30 seconds left. The performance was so surreal that fans were left speechless. Even legends like LeBron and Durant tweeted in awe. Playing with co-stars like Kristaps Porzingis and later Kyrie Irving brought new challenges. Luka had to share the ball, manage egos, and figure out how to lead in a way that uplifted others. Chemistry wasn't instant, but Luka adjusted, changing how he read the floor, when to defer, and when to attack. The Mavericks front office knew they had to build around Luka's unique skill set. They brought in rim-running bigs, spot-up shooters, and switchable defenders to match his pace. Because with a player this special, you don't wait, you build now. Meanwhile, Luka continued to dominate internationally. He led Slovenia to a historic Eurobasket title in 2017 and took them to the 2020 Olympics, nearly medaling. Luka Doncic was a key player in Slovenia's historic run at Eurobasket 2017, which saw his nation win its first ever gold medal with a perfect 9-0 record. In a thrilling quarterfinal victory over Latvia, 103-97, Luka displayed his big game mentality, scoring 27 points and grabbing 9 rebounds. He then nearly triple-doubled in the semifinal defeat of Spain, 92-72, with 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. In the final, Slovenia defeated Serbia 93-85 to complete a flawless tournament and establish Doncic as a major player on the global scene. He wasn't just a star in America, he was a national hero in Slovenia. His impact stretched across with Luka's Olympic debut on July 26, 2021. He scored 48 points in Slovenia's 118-100 victory over Argentina. Luka's status as a worldwide superstar on the biggest international stage was immediately cemented in one of the most high-scoring games in Olympic history. Speaking of legends, Luka doesn't bat an eyelid when he faces NBA legends. He became the 5th player in NBA history to have 40-plus points and hit a buzzer beater, surpassing LeBron James. With 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists, including a heartless buzzer beater in Game 4, he has dominated Kawhi Leonard in the 2020 playoffs. Additionally, he poked fun at Devin Booker and the Suns in Game 7 of the 2022 playoffs, scoring 29 points by halftime and smiling while destroying the top seed. It's the utmost faith in his craft, not arrogance. Luka reminds you why he is already in the Hall of Fame by playing every game like he is. The media loves Luka, but they also scrutinize him heavily. Every missed free throw, every late turnover, every passive defensive possession gets analyzed. But Luka's greatness is never in doubt. Fans adore him, analysts respect him, and kids everywhere try to copy his moves. Luka Doncic led the Dallas Mavericks to their first NBA Finals appearance since 2011 last year with a masterclass in skill and leadership. Doncic solidified his position as one of the league's best players with his brilliant playmaking, clutch scoring, and unwavering competitiveness. Despite their valiant efforts, the Boston Celtics outplayed the Mavericks with depth, defense, and experience. Despite Dallas's disappointing series ending, Doncic's playoff performance cemented his reputation as a generational superstar with a promising future. In 2025, the Los Angeles Lakers acquired Luka Doncic in a blockbuster trade that rocked the NBA, one of the most shocking transactions in recent memory. Few predicted the Mavericks would part ways with their franchise's core, leaving fans and analysts in disbelief. However, Luka saw a bright side to the trade: the opportunity to play with LeBron James, his childhood idol. From the beginning, there was an electric chemistry between Luka's skillful playmaking and LeBron's seasoned leadership. Together, they gave the Lakers new life and helped them advance to the postseason, demonstrating that the unexpected move might have been a brilliant one after all. Multiple All-NBA first-team selections, historic usage rates, records for most points in playoff debuts. Luka isn't chasing stats, but the stats keep chasing him. He's breaking records previously set by Jordan, Magic, and LeBron. Luka Doncic was officially chosen for the EuroLeague 2010-20 All-Decade Team in March 2020, after being nominated in November 2019. Following a decision by the board of directors and president Florentino Perez, Real Madrid granted honorary membership, the club's highest honor, to Doncic on March 23, 2021. Off the court, Luka is playful, humble, and connected to his roots. He jokes with reporters, speaks in multiple languages, and often shouts out to his mom or Slovenia in interviews. He still plays like a kid who loves the game, and that joy is infectious. Fans love him because he's real. He's incredibly close to his grandmother back in Slovenia and calls her often, even during NBA road trips. Family remains central to his life. Luka signed a massive deal with Jordan Brand in December 2019 and has become one of the NBA's most marketable stars. As a result of his growing fame, the deal included his signature sneaker line, the Jordan Luka one. His signature shoe sells globally, and his jersey is among the league's top sellers. In Slovenia, he's a national icon. Globally, he's the NBA's bridge to a new generation of fans. At just 25 years old, Luka has already accomplished more than most players do in their entire careers. But he's not satisfied. Every season, he sets the bar higher for himself and the team. Because Luka doesn't just want to be great, he wants to be remembered forever. The LeBron comparison comes up often, and for good reason. Both entered the league young, took on leadership roles instantly, and had an advanced understanding of the game. But Luka is doing things LeBron didn't even attempt at age 24. The step backs, the pace control, the absurd pick and roll reads, Luka's feel is uniquely European, with a flair all his own. Luka's presence has changed how teams defend, draft, and even scout overseas. Now front offices are desperately looking for the next Luka, and players from around the world are emulating his game. Luka opened the door even wider for global talent and slammed it behind him. In Dallas, Luka is bigger than basketball. Murals, chants, and entire marketing campaigns. Kids wear 77 with pride. Restaurants name dishes after him. And in Slovenia, he's a one-man tourism campaign. His games are events, watched like World Cup matches. He's not just a player, he's a movement. Luka doesn't just play the game, he solves it. Every possession is like a puzzle. Luka is already 5 moves ahead. He studies defenders, times his bursts, and always knows where the help comes from. Coaches call him a savant. Teammates call him the smartest guy on the floor. From Ljubljana to Madrid to Dallas to Los Angeles, Luka Doncic has never looked out of place. At 13, he was outsmarting grown men. At 19, he was breaking ankles in the NBA. At 25, he's one of the best basketball players on the planet and still getting better. This is just Act 1. Luka's career still has a decade or more to go. More highlights, more rivalries, maybe even more records. The story of Luka Doncic isn't finished, but one thing's for sure, we'll all be watching. Because legends don't just play the game, they change it.